Thank you, Natsuki. It was really good, and you speak very good English.
Very good.
Natsuki.
So, for those of you who haven't been paying attention tonight, my name is Fraser Vanderwell, and I'm both the groom's annoying little brother and his best man. This moment right here is very important to me. In fact, I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself because for years I've been looking forward for the opportunity to talk to a crowd of people about my brother. I actually have a lot of practice because I do it often. I do it to my friends, to my colleagues. I do it to girls at the bar. And often people don't seem as interested as I want them to be. But I hope that's a little bit different tonight. I like to tell people about Daniel because I think he's a very, very unique guy. Growing up, so many of my friends would talk about their older brothers being trouble for them. And while they were getting beat up and bruised, Daniel was introducing Esther and I to all sorts of interesting things, like slow motion videos or claymations. We call them slow-mos, actually. Ant farms. And of course, an endless supply of video games, as you all know. But Daniel was always the one to figure these things out and show them to us. And I think I can speak for Esther when I say that we're both blessed with just one really good brother. But that's not the only way that Daniel was not your typical guy. I can honestly say that I was never aware of Daniel ever having a crush on a girl until we were both in our 20s, at least. Actually, and when that happened, I had to tell him that he had a crush on a girl. Because Daniel didn't think he did. That ended up turning into an argument about what a crush was. And how much you had to like someone in order for it to be a crush. And then if you liked them a lot, when was it not a crush anymore? I don't remember who won that argument, Daniel. But it should be clear that at the time I was probably about 22, and that would have made Dan about 28. Yes, Daniel. So yes, Daniel didn't pay attention to girls. He didn't pay attention to pop culture. He didn't pay attention to me stealing stealing sips out of his drink. It seems like Daniel just wasn't paying attention. But what I realized is that it wasn't that Daniel wasn't paying attention, it's just that he was paying attention to different things. We often joke about when Daniel played soccer as a child. He would be down in the grass inspecting the ants instead of paying attention to the soccer game. And it's a perfect example for Daniel because his focus has always been on other things. Things like, and sometimes I think that the things that he was paying attention to are not only more important, but more beautiful than the rest of all this crap that the rest of us are dealing with on a day-to-day. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I was writing this, I thought maybe Daniel was sort of like Neo from the Matrix. He sees things that we are not seeing. And he sees the Matrix. You can't dodge bullets. Yoshi may be able to dodge bullets. So yes, Daniel can see things that the rest of us miss, but Dan totally would have missed the girl in the red dress. That was a joke. But I should say that I've had a very, very good relationship with my brother my entire life. It has never wavered. It's been consistent. And I think I'm a really lucky guy because Daniel is good. He's good. He's as good as it gets. And I knew this would happen. In fact, when I was writing this speech, I couldn't think of a better word to describe you, Daniel, than good. Not the best. But he's good. Actually, I've said all my life, if aliens were to ever come and invade Earth, that we should just show them Daniel. Because that'll make them turn around, because we're not all so bad. So enough about Daniel. Of course, there's someone sitting next to him. Her name is Yoshi. And Yoshi is like the sister that I never had. Yoshi is another person that I love to tell people about, and I'm lucky to be doing it now. But with Yoshi, I find myself bragging about her. I find myself bragging, and I can't seem to stop bragging about her. I'll try to stop tonight. But I find myself bragging about how she never lost a karate match. It's been mentioned 3 times today. I brag about how well she and I play basketball together, which is very important to me. I brag about how strong a friendship we have together, and how quickly you felt like family. And then on top of that, she's some crazy neurophysiologist type scientist girl. But the most surprising thing, and some of you may not know this, but with Yoshi, she never misses a beat. You can never, ever pull a fast one on Yoshi. And it's interesting because English is her second language, but she catches everything, which is one of the biggest differences she has with my brother. So while the rest of my family is sitting around the kitchen table ignoring everything that I say, Yoshi hears all my stupid little jokes, and she laughs. It's awesome.
She laughs at mine too.
Sorry. But Yoshi is someone that I have the highest respect and admiration for. Yoshi is kind, she's gentle, she's wise, but she's also brave and tough, which is obvious if you play basketball with her. I care a lot about what Yoshi thinks. And all of the qualities in my brother that I admire and love, I can tell that Yoshi sees and loves those things as well. And she saw them right from the start. I love my brother a lot, Yoshi, and I love that you can see how good he is. There was a time when I didn't know what kind of girl to picture Daniel with. In fact, I didn't know how to picture Daniel in a relationship at all. But now it's weird because I can't picture him without Yoshi by his side. You guys have built a relationship together that the rest of us should notice, and we should observe, we should take notes. I think there's a lot we can learn from you as individuals, but also as a couple. You are kind to one another, you're patient, you're considerate, and you always put each other first. To a point when you ever ask one of you a question, you both just go, hmm? And there's a good 2 seconds where you're staring at each other when we have to wait for an answer. It made planning a wedding quite difficult, actually. But these things, they make your relationship very strong, and it's a lovely thing to watch in person. And I mean, come on, your name is Yoshi. Daniel went and proved us all right, and ended up marrying a Nintendo character. So yes, obviously I love to tell people about Daniel and Yoshi, but I think I've gone long enough to fill my weekly quota. So now, if everyone could do me a favor, we haven't done this yet, and raise their glass to toast 2 of my favorite people in the room, Daniel and Yoshi. So that, on my page here it says end of speech. So that's the end. I believe next on our schedule, and we're kind of running past falling off our schedule.